The more than 2.5 million residents who abandoned their homes along the Texas and Louisiana coast to get out of Rita's path makes this one of the largest evacuations in U.S. history. It was intended to save lives, but today the mass exodus also claims some. Even as Hurricane Rita weakened, millions of people along the Gulf Coast have evacuated, many still scrambling to find safety this evening, and still uncertain exactly where the huge storm will hit or with how much ferocity once it comes ashore hours from now. People in a 400-mile range across Texas and Louisiana are doing their best to escape the path of the latest storm of this hurricane-filled season. It was tough going for many as they tried to flee.
I got my sister-in-law, she's diabetic, and we had to turn around and come back because the traffic wasn't even moving.
The federal government offered assurances that the response to Rita would not be a replay of Katrina.
We have 45 truckloads of water, the 45 truckloads of ice, 25 truckloads of food, and plus there is a lot more in the pipeline on the way to make sure that when these supplies dwindle down, there'll be more to replace them.
Houston Mayor Bill White warned those who had not yet evacuated to stay put.
People should prepare to shelter in place if they have not evacuated.
One concern for those who waited to the last minute, a desperately short supply of gasoline throughout the region. Running out of gas and running out of time, a potentially deadly combination.
And we're here now, and now we're stranded, and I'm almost out of gas. We have no way of getting back.
Along the evacuation route this morning near Dallas, tragedy struck as a bus carrying elderly evacuees from Houston exploded. 24 people were killed. For those jammed bumper to bumper on the crowded interstate, a nightmarish scene. Early indications are that a mechanical problem caused a fire on board, and with oxygen canisters being used by the elderly passengers, the bus quickly ignited.
One poor little guy I was helping was, 90 years old, crying, looking for his wife, and found out she didn't make it off. It was hard. It was hard to watch.
Here in New Orleans, heavy rainfall and an early storm surge from Hurricane Rita flooded parts of the still fragile and mostly abandoned city. Water poured over the top of this patched levee along one of the canals in the lower 9th Ward, flooding the area which had just recently been pumped dry.
This is one of the repaired sections, one of the temporary repairs on one of the levee breaches from Hurricane Katrina.
By midday, that hard-hit section of the city was once again in waist-deep water. Tonight, millions of storm-tossed Gulf Coast residents are waiting to see just how bad Rita is going to be and just how well the lessons of Katrina have been learned.